Today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and before we talk about this, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. And it'll be quick, I promise. Can you do me a favor and set a timer? Grab your phone, your stopwatch, your Fitbit, whatever floats your boat. Grab a timer and set it for 40 seconds. Okay, ready? Go. Every year, 800,000 people die from suicide. That is one death every 40 seconds. That's one life lost every 40 seconds. That is one person leaving us every 40 seconds. That is one life every 40 seconds. That's it. That, right there. That's all it takes. 40 seconds. In today's society, mental illness still bears really heavy stigma. For so many of us, it's a secret, something we're ashamed of, or something we just don't talk about, or something we can't talk about. And we regularly and openly discuss our physical health, our ailments, our afflictions, our diseases, our disorders. You know, you have asthma, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, and that's a dinner conversation at this point. That's grocery store conversation. Waiting in line, talking to someone you couldn't even pick out in a lineup, chatting about the big C. My grandpa was recently diagnosed with cancer, and the response has been absolutely overwhelming, from total strangers to friends and family. And it's totally kosher to talk about this disease with complete and utter transparency to anyone. You get the factual questions like, oh, your grandpa has cancer. What kind? Oh, pancreatic? Ooh, that's a tough one. Like, how bad is it? Is it stage 4? Yikes. What kind of treatment is he getting? You know, radiation, chemo? Have you thought about hospice? And, you know, of course, you get an influx of emotional support. You know, like, how's Paka feeling? You know, how do you do today? Is he in good spirits? And then there's the people who go out of their way to bring dinners, to call, to text. You know, how are you feeling today? How are you handling this? How can I help? What do you need? And I love these people. Seriously, humanity really knocked it out of the park with, you know, at Cancer Battlefield, because we've been there. Our moms have had cancer, or our neighbors, or our friends. We've had cancer, so we get it. The struggle and agony of compromised physical health, because we've been there. Someone we love has been there. But here's the thing. Someone we love has struggled with mental health too. Someone we love suffers from a serious mental illness too. And some of us have been there. Some of us get it. You know, cancer is an epidemic, and I'm not denying that. But so is mental illness. This world loses one person every 40 seconds to suicide. And for every one of those deaths, it's 25 additional attempts. And yet, here we sit, suicide rates at an all-time high in the United States. In 2016 alone, the rate of death by suicide reached its highest level in 30 years. 30 years, 800,000 people every 40 seconds, and still we don't talk about it. We won't talk about it. And it's time for that to change. Can you imagine, just for a second, those numbers starting to dwindle? That 800,000 dropping, that 40 seconds getting longer. Can you imagine like a minute, a day, a week without suicide? Can you imagine someone choosing to stay? Because that's what today is. That's what this is about. Today is about deciding to stay. To stay, to find what you were made for, and to stay. Stay to survive, stay to laugh, stay to eat pizza and watch football and learn to knit and dance at your wedding, and stay to read your favorite book and kiss your dog and fly a freaking kite. Stay to love and stay to live. Stay. I was made for love. I was made to be a sister. I was made to be a daughter, a friend, I was made for something great, and maybe I don't know what that is yet. But that's okay because I'll find out. We'll all find out. I was made for a reason, and you were made for a reason. We were all made for a reason. So find it, do it, live it. Find what you were made for and run with it. Run like hell with it. Even when it gets hard, even when it feels like you can't breathe, even when your legs give out. Crawl, fight. Find what you were made for and fight like hell to finish this race. Find what you were made for. Find what you were made for and stay.